Get ready to enter the vortex. The Anal Retentive Housewife, starring Vandita.
Today's episode, Wipeout.
And welcome to another episode of the Anal Retentive Housewife. I'm Vandita, your host of the Anal Retentive Housewife. Today's episode is called Wiped Out, which, as luck would have it, I'm wiped out myself, having still in the middle of a terrible cold, I guess. Anyway, we're going to talk about little wipies and different wipies that are out there because they can be a great advantage in cleaning if used properly, although I still like to go old school and use conventional tools. So, first of all, wipies are things that are pre-moistened with a certain product, different varieties, so that you don't need to spray and use a paper towel. The old school way is spray. See, sprays in random direction, random distance, lots of little molecules floating around. And then after you spray, then you had to wipe, which can work well, but then you're doing it's a two-step process basically, spray and wipe. So, with a wipe-E, and in this case it was a glass cleaner wipe spray, you simply wipe and generally get a streak-free, more or less lint-free product. Now, because on the wipies it's already pre-moistened, that means that the minute you touch it, the product is getting onto your hands. And so the first thing I like to do before using a wipey, and you should do this before cleaning anyway, although I tend not to. However, I'm trying to be more sensitive to that because otherwise it's murder on your manicure. Is use this is called gloves in a bottle, but there's different kinds of brands out there that do the same type of thing, glove coat or something like that. And you want to make sure you get it under your nails and everything, and this way you sort of have the glove protection, but still the feel of your fingertips on the clean or dirty surface. So, when you use these, there's a couple of different containers that they come in, and I find the containers to be very, very important when I select any kind of product. I'm not real fond of these kind of containers that they come in, mostly because they make a lot of noise, they're crinkly. You have to lift some of them here, which is okay, but then you never know how many you have. This is not a neat container. The corners can scratch and cut you. And, let me see here, let me blow my nose. Let's see, some of them, like this one I got, it says to tear it here and then you can press it closed, but I couldn't tear it with my hands. So I ended up using scissors to tear the top, and then I figured, well, what's the point? So I just tore it. I used scissors for the bottom part too. Okay, then there's the ones that come in a tub. These are actually probably the best way for me to use a wipe, because you see exactly how many you have left, you know how many you started out with, and then you can refill, and here's a hint for people, with either the same or a different product. If you use a different product to put inside these, then what you ought to do is label what you have in there, otherwise you won't know what you're cleaning, and that's going to be a problem. Yeah, so that could be a problem. But you'll notice that the people who made this one made it pretty nice and easy just to label up here probably with like a Sharpie or permanent marker or something. Probably even an old-fashioned grease pencil would work. And these, let me see, this is new a little bit. Oh, you press on a dot. Oh, see, they have the same kind of reseal wipey thing in there, or packet. And then I just take the lid off, open up the packet, and then stick it back in. That's really the best way to do that. And again, those are the easiest to carry, and you know what's in there. Now then, these are baby wipes, Huggies. These are the original wipe. And they probably have one of the better containers out there too, so things stay nice and moist inside. And the wipes are of a large enough size and thick enough that they can wipe anything pretty easily without you having to use more than, say, 2 at the most. And wipes, baby wipes, are not just for babies. It's for people who act like babies too. So, just so you guys knows that. Okay. And let me see here. Oh god. Here's the little Sammy. She too can be wiped. There's all kinds of pet wipes out there. There are pet bath wipes. There are eye wipes and ear wipes, which are pretty handy, especially when they have like the teary eyes. Ear wipes are good because you really shouldn't get water in their ears. It's kind of hard to give them a bath sometimes because they forget if you don't give them a bath on a regular basis. And they will scream and yell, excuse me, like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, so the wipes are a good way to do that. Also, if they're coming in from the rain, you can just wipe the paws pretty quickly. Anyway, she's getting kind of annoyed, so we'll just put her back in bed. Go, 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 go. Okay, so now she can be happy. Anyway, so originally when the wipies were out, there weren't too many wipies out there. Probably the first wipey I saw for cleaning was this thing here. And to be honest, this one personally didn't work quite so well. This was to clean metal and brass and stuff. And what ended up happening is it left a nice little coating of something or the other. And then you kind of have to do another wipe afterwards. And so that wasn't, probably wasn't the smartest thing. And let me see. I don't think this was made by, no it wasn't. It's not a major manufacturer. That's just probably why I haven't used them and why I still have them around. Next, the one that I found that I liked a lot, and on this one also it's very important to have gloves on, or the glove coating, was called Simply Wipes to remove sticky goo stuff from, stuff that you buy, like the little stickers that say made in China, or made in Poland, or handmade off the bottom of a cup or something. And I only have a few left, so I'm kind of saving them because these are a little more expensive than some of the others. They work great, have a nice citrusy, fresh scent, and they're really handy. This way you don't have like orange glow or Goo Gone that's in a liquid form, and you're less likely to spill something that's not spillable. Okay, then probably the next one I saw out on the market, which I don't have with me because I could not find it at the store recently, was the Glass Plus wipes. And those are probably what I have found to be the most useful because they clean a mirror or glass really, really nicely, pick up the lint, and you're not wasting nearly as much time when you clean a bathroom, because then you could just clean the glass. You move on to your Lysol or Clorox wipe, clean up the counters and surfaces, and then use your floor wipes to clean the floor. You're done. There were no harsh chemicals or smells released into an enclosed area, so you're not breathing fumes, which is bad for you. And you're saving paper. What else can I say? Anyway, so those are probably the best ones that I have. The ones I find the most useful. I go through the quickest. This is made by the Windex people, and again, glass and surface wipes. I just use them for glass. Surface wipes, there's other stuff out there that does surfaces pretty well. Okay, then probably the ones that I found most useful after that were what I was just mentioning, which are... Oh, I don't think I have any of the Clorox wipes with me. Darn. Anyway, they come in a similar container, but they say it's for the kitchen and bathroom, but I mostly just use it for the bathroom. It's a really good way to do an everyday quick wipe job and keep things clean in the bathroom. And these are non-flushable, I believe. But you can just throw it in the trash, no problem. And and they do keep things clean. You don't get that green moldy water behind the sink faucet or anything like that. And also, if you have like a shower glass door, which is what I have in the tub, if I use the shower handle to spray on that, then I usually end up getting water on the other side of the glass door, which is not what I want to have happen. If I just clean with a wipe like this, I avoid that whole issue. And it gives it a nice clean, like a spot-free appearance. Whereas if I clean with the water, there's still water spots on there. Probably because the tiles are older than other people's, but anyway, it's a real good way to do a real quick, clean pickup job. And in the guest bathroom especially, it's useful because nobody really showers in there, but the dust still accumulates. And somehow the little spider people have found that have found that location. And anyway, so there may be a little bit of cobweb stuff there. This is real good for that. If you tend to be like maybe fixing something up and get chips or whatever out into the open, these wipe things are really good for cleaning in a groove or something just before you start working on something or after you've finished doing some work on something. The example I'll use is furniture polish wipes for that. And again, this is another type of container. Well, usually what I do, I don't like to pull it up through because I end up using the whole roll anyway when I'm cleaning. Just because that way these are at their moistest and freshest. So what I'll do for the furniture wipes though, more than the other wipes, is I will also have a backup, which is to say that I will have the spray also, because the spray really kind of gets the moisture, furniture polish moisture into the wood, and then this will kind of help work it in there. This is probably one of the few cases where I do that, only because I want the wood to be, moist and lint-free. And this way, I don't have to put the same amount of spray down as I do if I was using the paper towels. So, that being said, sometimes you still have to use a combination of both types of products. Okay. There's a lot of these products out in the store, so it's kind of confusing too. And in my last trip alone, I found at least 4 or 5 new, new brands. This is one of them. These are heavy-duty wipes, which they recommend to use on, let's see. Doesn't say, it just says it's clean household surfaces, not recommended for polished or bare wood surfaces. and they have a picture of a kitchen and a bathroom. So they are heavier duty. They're like those wiping cloths, but not as heavy as a sponge would be. What I've used these for, actually, the heavy duty ones, is to clean patio furniture. And no, that's not one of my husband's Irish relatives. Get it, patio furniture. Okay. That's what these are good for. Also to clean the front porch. And as far as appliances go, I don't find that these wipe streak free. I'd still use the Windex wipes for something like that, or glass cleaner wipes. But they are good for that, and for cleaning in and around pet areas, because I now suddenly have 3 pets where I had 2 before. So one of the pets keeps going away, then she comes back, then she goes away, then she comes back. But it appears now she's back for good. Because if you remember from a few years ago, when I did the hostess episode, I mentioned that I was hostessing a baby shower party for my sister, and I said, if there was one, there's going to be another one coming. And sure enough, sure as I'm sitting here now, she had another one. So apparently now she's all done. So now I'm actually an aunt thrice over, because there's a lot of people getting busy earlier this year, which I don't like to think about, but apparently they're all busy right around the same date. Yee. So now I have 3 little nieces, where before there was 1. So they multiplied overnight. I guess somebody fed them after midnight, which wasn't supposed to happen. So, in any case, now I have, so she had the 2 kids now. I got the little doggy, the little Scully Willy back. And Scully Willy's in her home, which is her crate, because it is the only way to control her from not doing nasty things on the floor, because she gets nervous. She's like an old lady. Okay. So, let's see. These I picked up, and I must be honest, I've not used these yet. These are to remove tarnish from brass or silver, or apparently other metals. I would for sure wear gloves with these. And they say, basically, let's see. Oh yes, they say wear gloves, so for sure wear gloves. Clean the object, and then remove and wipe on tarnished areas. Rinse under cold water and wipe dry. The advantage of doing it with this as opposed to the liquid is the liquid can get all over stuff, and again, I end up using a lot of paper towels because I guess I should use a cloth wipe, but in any case, the paper towels get really torn up really quickly, and this would save that time and effort and energy, and this way you just go through one wipe, rinse it off, clean it, and you're done. But like I said, not tried those, can't recommend them yet. These 2 items I just got at the grocery store, and they're both pre-moistened floor wipes. Similar to the pre-moistened floor wipes popularized by the Swiffer people, and the Clorox. I think it's Clorox's version too. And Pledge has one, but not nearly the same level of intensity as the Swiffer and Clorox people. In any case, they say, attach wipe to any Swiffer or Pledge Grab It sweeper. Or attach it to anything that you can attach it to. And what does this one say? Attach to any Swiffer sweeper or Pledge Grab It sweeper. Again. My guess is... Okay, so these are both made by the same people. And... Anyway, there's a number you can call if you're interested. And I guess these guys must have spoken to both the companies in question. And I haven't tried these, but similar concept. Put the little corners in the little corner holders, wipe till you either have too many little crumbs on the floor, or, that you're pushing around with this thing, or it's like totally dirty on the bottom. Don't forget though, when you're done with a wipe on one side and it's all like dingy, you can turn it over and use the other side to continue wiping. And what I'll do with that other side is I'll start on my next section, which kind of pre-cleans it, and then I'll clean it with a new wipe. And that way I feel like I'm getting each section 100% clean. Okay, now there's also wipes for people, of course, which are like these Pond's and Biore things, and these are pretty useful. They're also useful for giving yourself what some people call a European shower, which is like basically you wipe your face in, heavily sweaty areas of the body, where stubborn hair also tends to grow, apparently. And that's your shower and you're done. Now they also have, this is just for cleansing your face, as is the other packet I showed. But they also have body wipes. But the body wipes are just not as soft as the facial wipes. And who says you can't use the facial wipes all over yourself? Particularly good if you're going to the gym or, you've had a quick game of tennis. But, I personally don't like showering in foreign locations because you never know what you might pick up, in foreign showers, especially where people have showered before that you don't know very well. So this is a good way just to, wipe yourself up before you go to your next appointment. Also, if it's really hot outside, good way to keep yourself cleansed so that you don't break out. So I do recommend that highly. And if in any of these situations, if any of these pre-moistened wipes dry up, all you have to do is add water, and they kind of reactivate. Maybe not to the level that they were before, but you can certainly reuse them if they get dry, because that's happened to me in my car where I've had facial wipes and they've dried up. All I do is add a little bit of water, and I have my wipe again. So let me see here. Oh, here's another one that I haven't tried. They're called, the Easy Off people have a heat-activated microwave wipe. So, let me see. And it is only for microwave ovens, not for conventional convection or toaster ovens. Only for regular microwave ovens. But they say place the whole pouch, in the oven, heat it up, kind of like popcorn or something, and it loosens some mist into the oven. Excuse me. And then you just wipe it down. I wish they would make one for a convection microwave, because that's what I have now. Although I will admit that with the old microwave, it was really hard to get certain stains out, and it is with the current one too. So this is certainly worth trying, because who among us doesn't have a microwave oven that could be a little cleaner? And how dirty should it get if you're only heating stuff up in there? I hope none of us is trying to be like, major chef with the microwave, because that's not what it was meant for. But I've had many microwave cooking accidents, so I can't be too, can't blame others for stuff I've done myself. I mean, I could barely pop popcorn in there sometimes, because I don't know what the deal is. It's just too powerful or something, or I don't know how to count in minutes. I don't know. Anyway, on with the wiping. This is another people cleaning product with orange essence or something. to clean your hands after you are working with stuff around the house. Let me see here. Do not use it on your face. I think it's kind of like the Gojo people. I think make an orange. What was it? Abrasive hand cleaner, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's got those little granules and things in it, and this is similar to that for cleaning your hands after you've been working with paint or solvents or things around the house. It works quite well, but it does take a number of wipes to actually clean your hands. It might be just as time effective to wash your hands well under soap and water. And while you're at it, wash a couple of dishes that are in the sink too. There are some people I know who have some kind of problem with washing more than 1 or 2 dishes at a time. And apparently the same problem occurs if they only see 1 or 2 dishes, then they can't wash them. But if there's like 3 or 4 dishes, then there's too many dishes in the sink to be washed. So I don't understand how this disconnect happens. Don't ask me. Okay. These are simple green towelettes, and they claim to have all kinds of uses. I like to use them for outdoor uses because I have yet to figure out how to use simple green as a regular product. I simply do not know. So I can't speak to that, but people do seem to like it, and it does have a nice little smell. Anyway, so that's that. And another sort of people-related wipe is this thing, which is to clean up stains on carpets or upholstery or fabrics. Now, I've not used this again, but I really don't know how it could work on a carpet because I have a tough time lifting stains from the carpet with like the heavy duty steam carpet cleaner. So I don't know how this little guy would do it, in all honesty. However, I do think it'd be probably good for the upholstery if there's like a tomato stain or something, or a fabric stain. But I tend to have backup, which means I have more than one product for the same problem, because you never know which one's going to be the magic, the silver bullet that'll fix that particular stain or that particular problem. So, it's out there. It's probably a good idea to use. I know one of the other companies has individually wrapped wipies for stuff like that, and that's great. I keep that in my purse, and it has saved more than one fellow co-worker's blouse in the past. Okay, these are computer cleaning wipes. Kind of like the end dust stuff, but these are actually cheaper. And all of them say multi-use, so I don't know why they've all made so many different types if they're all multi-use. I don't buy the multi-use crap. But they say to use a pressurized duster to blow away loose dust or dirt before. Okay, fine, but you don't have to do that unless it's really nasty. These are good for cleaning computer stuff. And the phone, by the way, don't forget the phone has a lot of germs on it. And if you want to clean the area between the keys on your keyboard, I recommend using one of these wipes, or any wipe really, but wrap it around a Q-tip or something so you can get to those little areas. Because you don't know who's been at that keyboard before you and what they've been down. lot stronger. And the protectant wipes, yeah, they're probably good for other vinyl around the house too. If you still have some 70s, lawn furniture, probably good for that. Protectant wipes, probably good for a spa cover, I'd imagine. So try to think a little bit, creatively. And as a final note, here's one that totally annoys me because I've seen the commercials for it. But it's these flushable toilet wipes, and it's a bunch of guys sitting around like, "Ooh, gee Bob, your toilet's really clean. How'd you get it so clean? Your bathroom's sparkling. Oh, I got these flushable toilet wipes." Ooh. And they're like, "Oh, no, I wish I could get my wife to use them." And it's like, you dorks, man, if you could, clean some other stuff around the house, maybe your wife wouldn't, be so reluctant to use something that you're recommending, because you're probably the one who made the mess, on the toilet room anyway. Okay, probably not the wife, and if she did, she'd probably clean it up after herself anyway. So, okay, enough about that. But it's just kind of annoying because you're like, then they all laugh at the wife, or whatever. And, something, the guys, I have tried actually putting these flushable toilet wipes in my bathroom and tested my own spousal unit to see if he'll use these, and he has not. And let me tell you, his aim ain't that good. So, I don't know what the deal is, and I don't know any guy who would use these. If they do, great. What would probably happen in my bathroom is somebody would confuse that with the baby wipes, and then somebody would, not be able to sit down the rest of the day. So, that being said, remember to clean safely, wear gloves in a bottle, and try not to get sick like I have. And remember, it's not just a show, it's a way of life. Ding!